Now here we have a example number 32 of your NCRT. Okay. Uh, in this question, I'm just reading the question. A market research group conducted a survey of 1,000 consumers. Okay. And reported that 720 consumers like product A. So product A, how many don't like? How many consumer like? That is 720. And similarly for product B, 450 consumer like product B. Okay, and we have to find out what is the least number that must have liked both product. Okay, so that means what, we have to find out the intersection between A and B. Okay, here the total survey is given to us, which is 1000 consumer. Got it? So here in this case, what you have to do, the total consumers are given, which is 1000 consumers. Okay, and in the question we have to find out least number that must have like product, both products. Okay, just wait. So here in this case, all consumers like product A and B. Okay, there is a no case of consumer who doesn't like product A and B. Okay, if it is A, if it is from a consumer A and consumer B, so both of them will consume at least one of the product. Okay, so here the total consumers, you will take A union B. The total consumers will be A union B. In this case you can take this. Okay, after that just apply the formula. This formula you have to apply. Okay, and you will find out the value of this part. So I'm solving here. This would be 1000. Okay, NA would be 720 plus NB would be 450 minus A intersection B. Got it? So this would be 090711 minus NA intersection B. This would be 1000. That means what? A intersection B would be 170. Okay, so this is your final answer. Got it? Similarly, in example number 33, I am just reading this example. Some data is given to us and we have to check it out, that is correct or it is correct or incorrect. So in this data, NA is out of 500 car owners investigated, 400 own car A. Okay, so NA is 400 is given to us and 200 own car B. Okay, and 50 own both A and B. So that means intersection is given to us, and our total investigation was 500. Now we have to check this is a union B or not. Okay, so I'm just applying this formula like this. So I'm just putting the values and this A union B is coming, which is 550. So remember that A union B can never be greater than union. Okay, it may be equals to, but cannot be greater than the union. So here the value of A union B is coming, which is 550, and union is given 500. So this is not possible. Okay, so A union B cannot be greater than union. So given data is wrong. Got it? So it is a incorrect data. Got it? So this is how we can check it out. This is a given correct statement or not. Okay. Here we have to solve a question number 34 of that is example number 34 actually of an NCRT, which is very important question. Okay. So here we will talk about the Venn diagram of three different datas. Okay. See, uh, just see your question number 34, example number 34 of your NCRT. Okay. The question is, a college awarded 38 medals in a football. Okay, so NF will be 38. There are 38 medals for football, and for basketball there is a 15 medals, and for cricket there is a 20 medals. Okay, and total number of medals which are given to the winners, that is 58 in all the three games. Okay, and uh, and three men got medals in all the three sports. Okay, that means F intersection B intersection C, that is equal to 3. There are three men who got medal in all the three games. That means intersection of F intersection B intersection C, this is 3. This is the given data. Okay, so here is a Venn diagram for this. Okay, so this represents F, this circle represents B, and this circle represents C. Okay, so ABC, you have to give the name to all the parts of this diagram. That means A is only this part. Okay, this A, this B, and this C, and D is this part, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so I'm just giving the numbers, giving the name or to all these parts. Okay, and in this question we have to find out how many received medals in exactly two of the three sports. Okay, that means what? We have to find out the men who got medals in at least in exactly two games. That means what? D is the number of men who got medal in football and basketball only. Okay, similarly E is a number of men who got medal in basketball and cricket. Similarly F are the men who got medal in F football and cricket. Okay, so we have to find out the number of men who got the medal in exactly two sports. You cannot take G because G is the number of men who got medal in three sports, all the three sports. Okay, but we have to find out the number of men who got medal in exactly two sports. That means we have to find out D plus E plus F. So this is which we have to find out. Got it? After this is a formula. This is a formula when you will use three different data in a Venn diagram. Okay, so this is a formula which you have to learn. Okay, note down it. This is a very important formula. Okay, after writing this formula I am just going to put the values, because this is given, which is 58. Total medals are 58. NF is given, NB is given, NC is given, and similarly this is not given, this is not given, this is not given. So I'm just copying it, all the three, and the intersection is given, which is 3. Got it? After that you have to just find the sum of all the values, and 58 will remain the same. You have to copy it just, and you have to copy this and this value like this. Now what you have to do in the next step, I will take 58 on the left hand side and this value on the left hand side. Okay, so let me adjust the next page. So the next step will be this one. Okay, so here is the intersection of this and 76 minus 58. When you will subtract, you will get 18. Okay, now F intersection B means what? This is your F, this is your B. Intersection means D and G part. This is the common reason in both football and basketball. So at a place of F intersection B, I'm writing D plus G. Similarly, at a place of B intersection C, I'm writing G plus E, because this is common. So G plus E. And similarly, at a place of F intersection C, I'm writing F plus G. This and this, to F plus G. Okay. So D plus E plus F plus thrice of G, because G plus G plus G, that will be thrice of G. And G is what? That is a common reason, which is 3. It is given in our question. Here it is. Okay. This G value of G is given to us. Okay. So you have to put the value of G and you will get 9, and you will take this 9 on the right hand side. 18 minus 9, that would be 9. So this is the required answer. This is how we can solve this kinds of questions. Got it? So this is a very important question. Solve this question at least 2 or 3 times so that you can understand the concept. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. This is one of the most important question. Okay. Based on Venn diagram. So this is a most important question and you have to understand it. Okay, so this whole is a question. Okay, I'm reading the question. In a survey of 25 students, it was found that 15 has taken mathematics. Okay, that means M is I'm showing for mathematics. Okay, so NM, that is equals to 15. So number of students who had taken mathematics, that is 15, and 12 had taken physics. So physics I'm representing by P, capital P. N represents number of students. Okay, so NP is equal to 12. Fine. And 11 had taken chemistry, and C stands for chemistry. So capital C I'm taking for chemistry. So number of students taken chemistry, that is equals to 11. And 5 had taken mathematics and chemistry. Mathematics and chemistry, both they are taking. So it's a intersection sign between them. So this value is given to us, which is 5. Fine. 9 had taken mathematics and physics. So 9 students had taken both mathematics and physics. So it is represented by M mathematics intersection P. P stands for physics. That is equals to 9. Fine. Now 4 had taken physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry 4 had taken. So that is equals to 4. And 3 had taken all the 3 subjects. So that is the intersection between M, P and C, that is equals to 3. This is a given data which is given in this question. So this value is not given to us. So I have written this so that you can understand it. Okay. Now find the number of students that had taken, this is your first part, only chemistry, only mathematics, only physics, and fourth part is physics and chemistry but not mathematics, mathematics and physics but not chemistry, and so on. So there are 8 parts of this question which you have to solve. Okay, or read it. Read this question carefully first of all. Then I will solve. Okay, read each and every step of this question so that you can understand what is given to us. Okay, it is not in your NCERT. This is the extra question and it's a very important question. If it will come in your exam, the weightage of that question would be 4 or 6. Fine. So on the next page, there is a solution of this question. So let me adjust the next page. So here it is. So here is a solution. You can see. Okay. Now, this is a Venn diagram. This first circle indicates mathematics. Second circle, this is for physics, and third circle, this is for chemistry. Okay. So this part A, B, C, I'm just giving the name A, B, C, this D, E, F, and G. Okay. So here in question, total number of students was total number of students who had taken mathematics, that is 15. This value is given to us. That means number of students taken mathematics, that means what? In mathematics, the number of students who had taken mathematics, they are A, D, G, and F. So A plus D plus G plus F. Okay. So that 15 is equals to this value. Okay. Now, the number of students who had taken physics, that is equals to 12. So for physics, I can write B, E, D, and G, because all of them are coming in physics part. So you have to write all these value. Got it? Now for chemistry, there was 11 students who had taken chemistry. So for chemistry, you have to take C, E, G, and F like this. Okay. Now, the number of students who had taken all the 3 subjects, that is your G. So this G is given to us. Okay, in question it is given that the 3 had taken all the 3 subjects. So this G is common in all the 3. Okay, so this G is 3. This is given to us. After that, M intersection C. So this is what the number of students who had taken mathematics and chemistry, that is given to us, which is 5. So M and C, this circle is for M, this circle is for C. So we have to find the common students. So F and G, this way, these two are common in mathematics and chemistry. Got it? So this G and this F both are common in maths and chemistry. So M intersection C would be F plus G. Got it? So as you know that the value of G is this will give you 5 is equals to F plus value of G is 3. So when you will solve, you will get F equals to 2. Got it? Now, number of students who had taken mathematics and physics, both, that is 9. So now we have to check the common students in maths and physics. This is maths, this is physics. So common students are D and G. So 9 is equal to D plus G. So value of G is given 3. So your D will be 6. So here I have calculated. Okay. Now, the number of students who had taken physics and chemistry, that is equal to 4. This is given to us. So physics and chemistry, physics this and chemistry this. So G plus E. So G plus E. The value of G is given 3. So your E will be 1. From here you can see. Okay. Now you have a value of G, F, E, F, D, and E. These values are, this value we have the value of G, F, D, and E. Okay. So after that, your M was this equation. So copy it. That is 15. 15 is equals to your A is A. The value of A is not given to us. We have not calculated it. But value of D, G, and F is value of D, G, and F we have. So D is 6. Your F is, your G is 3, and your F is 2. So I'm just putting the value of the D, G, and F. in equation number 1, this one, in this equation. So here I am putting, so when you will solve, your A would be 4. Got it? Now similarly in second equation, 12 is equal to B plus D plus G plus E. So add value of B is not given to us. D is, we have the value of D we have, that is 6. G we have 3, and E, the value of A is 1. So when you will solve, the value of B you will get, that is 2. Similarly, this C, this equation, that 11 is equal to C plus F plus G plus E. Similarly, value of C is not, we don't have, so F plus G plus E, you have to put the value of F, G and E, so like this, and you will get the value of C, that is 5. So here you have a value of A, B, C, D, E and F and G. Okay, your first part is only chemistry. The first part which you have to solve, we have to find out the number of students who had taken only chemistry. Only chemistry means the students who are studying only chemistry. So this C we have to calculate. So this C will be, C is 5, because here we have a value for C which is 5. So this is the answer of first part. Only mathematics. So here it is. The only mathematics means A, D, G, F. These are the students who are studying physics also, chemistry also, and all the 3 subjects. But A is a number of students who are studying only mathematics. So A is equal to, the value of A is given to us, that is we have calculated, I think, that is here it is. A is 4. So at a place of A I am putting 4. This is our solution of second part. Similarly, your third part, only physics you have to find. Only physics is B. So only physics B, that value of B is, here it is, that is 2. Okay. In fourth part, you have to find out physics and chemistry but not mathematics. Okay, the student who is studying physics and chemistry but not mathematics. So physics, common part is in both physics and chemistry is G and E. G and E both are common in physics and chemistry, but G is the number of students who are studying all the 3 subjects, so we cannot take G. So only E will be the answer. So in the fourth part, the number of students who are studying physics and chemistry but not mathematics, that is E. The value of A is 1. I think we have calculated this value. So here it is. Okay, I think you are getting the you are getting all the concept. So please concentrate. Okay. Now this is the fifth part. The fifth part was mathematics and physics but not chemistry. Mathematics and physics but not chemistry. So the common part in both is D and G. So again we will not take, because G is a number of students who are studying all the 3 subjects. So we have to find out the number of students who are studying only mathematics and physics, that is D. So in fifth part, D, that is the value of D is also we have, that is 6. Okay, here it is. And now your sixth part is only one of the subjects. Now we have to find out the student who are studying only one subject. So that means what? A plus B plus C. So these are the students who are studying exactly one subject. A studying only mathematics, B studying only physics, and C studying only chemistry. So we have to find out the sum of all the 3. So A plus B plus C, so value of A or B and C we have, and you have to just add it and you will get the answer, that is 11. Okay, now that's a very lengthy question. Now seventh part, your seventh part is at least one of the 3 subjects. At least one of the 3 subjects means we have to find out the sum of all the numbers, that is A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G. So when you will add all the values, you will get 23. Okay, at least one of the subjects means what? the student must study at least must studying the subject. So it will be the sum of all the values, that is a plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f plus g. So when you will put the value and you will add, you will get 23. Okay. Now last part is eighth part, in which you have to find out none of these subjects. Now we have to find out the number of students who are not studying any other subject. So total survey was 25 students. Total survey of students was 25. Okay. So 23 are studying at least one of the subjects. So that means what? Total survey is done was for 25 students. So 25 minus the sum of all this. So when you will subtract these two, you will get 2. So there are 2 students who are not studying any one of the subject. Okay. Now is it clear? Okay. So this is a solution of this question. This is a very important question. So solve at least 2 or 3 times. Okay. Bye bye. Take care, bachcho.